pocket.
That's a horse chestnut. It was Tree of the Year in 2005. How do I know that? It says so on the little sign. The sign is fastened to the tree with 4 screws. Nothing's gonna happen without some tools. The window on the upper floor is open. Low walls, okay. 2 stories? Nope. I am not a world-class free climber. A poorly coiled hose. Damn. The clamp is solid. I can't get the hose off.
Oh no, we gotta...
Now, if that's not the most cutest abandoned rake.
Don't step on it.
A plastic box. That's what comes from leaving your tools lying around. A solid pair of head shears of the manual variety. Some parts of Germany have yet to discover electricity. These work gloves are at least 3 sizes too big for my delicate hands. What seemed to be the main entrance. Waltz into the building through the main entrance? The doorman would chuck me straight out. There's gotta be some more subtle way in there. The coin's a bit too thick to fit the screws. Whoever said size doesn't matter was covering something up. This ladder, in particular, is way too short. Who needs a bolt cutter when head shears can do the job just as well? I've cut through the chains.
So now we have one long ladder.
Unfolded, the ladder's certainly long enough, but it's too flimsy to put weight on.
Needs a brace.
I'll push the rake through the rungs of both of the ladder's legs. Still too unsteady.
Still?
The rake could slip out from between the rungs if I climbed up it.
Okay. Garden hose.
Freedom for garden hoses. I'll tie the rake to the garden hose so that the whole thing becomes a bit more steady.
Wouldn't have been easier to use a garden hose.
That is a sturdy ladder. Well done, Sam.
Like a grappling hook.
Unfolded, the ladder almost reaches to the window. I think it works pretty well right there. Climbing through windows. A real cat burglar me. And look, the coast is clear.
Coast is clear.
That office belongs to a Dr. Fritz Schneider. Not Professor Hartman's office. That's Lieschen Muller's office.
Muller?
Not Professor Hartman's office.
I hear a dog.
Forms and faculty notices. Not much interest to me. Nothing that I could use. And there it is, the exception to the rule. You don't always find something useful in waste bins. A snack machine. Each of these little calorie bombs costs a cool $1.99.
What?
No dough, no go.
What are you talking about? You got €2.
Here's a box of empty file folders. Empty files. Useless. Professor Hartman's office. Won't open.
Locker key.
This old trick might actually work. Or then again, maybe not. The idea's right, but the plastic money didn't take the strain.
Oh. Money.
You only live once. I'll take a bag of crackers. My snack? And 1 cent change.
Alright. Let's see, this 1 cent coin should be better on the screws.
The 1 cent coin is thin enough to unscrew it. Amazeballs! Ugh, I have sunk to a new low. On the thin metal sign it says common horse chestnut and the Latin name Aesculus hippocastanum. That'll work. I'll bet my sailboat on it. Phew. Okay, Sam. Find the damn info on where our perfidious professor's gone off to. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll get your story, a pay rise, and that nice little sailboat you're dreaming of.
Did she just say a pay rise?
The cliche that professors are not exactly neat freaks might well hold true. But surely this is taking it to the next level. Hartman really must have left in a hurry. A stack of homework, botany books, and writing materials. Thanks, but I don't think that they're gonna help me right now. There are some scraps of torn up paper on the top. There's some torn up paper on the top. I'll take a closer look.
Closer look.
A ripped up fax. Now let's see if I can put this back together.
Oh, goody. A puzzle. Oh, that was easy. Gotta go down here somewhere.
His expedition party sent him a fax. They've discovered some hitherto unknown species. Great, but where, for heaven's sake? Unfortunately, there's only a code here. GHN 7531. But maybe that'll help me further. Files with details of students' projects and the prof's expeditions. Maybe I'll find a clue here. This section has projects marked ARJ. Professor Hartman's expedition is coded GHN 7531. These here are the wrong files. These files are labeled CGL. Professor Hartman's expedition is coded GHN 7531. These here are the wrong files. From algae to zygopetalum, there's everything a botanist's heart could desire here.
Ooh, zygopetalum.
I don't think that these books are going to help me further in any kind of way. These files all have GHN on them. This file is marked GHN 7520 to GHN 7535. It ought to contain notes from the current expedition. The TUR projects. Professor Hartman's expedition is coded GHN 7531. These here are the wrong files.
I don't know why I checked there.
Bingo. GHN 7531. The expedition has gone to Ghana, to Lake Basomtwi. So what the hell are they looking for there? Lake Basomtwi lies in the meteorite crater in Ghana's Ashanti region. It's 8 kilometers in diameter, about 80 meters deep, and doesn't have an outflow. The ecosystem and the lake are endemic, meaning there are lots of plant and animal varieties that are unique to that location.
Unique?
The priority is investigating the effects on the ecosystem of a massive meteorite strike. What's that on the facts? The expedition has discovered some previously unknown organism. If the story's big enough to pull the professor away with such short notice, perhaps it's big enough to buy me a boat. Let's hit the trail for Ghana and Lake Basomtwi. The flight to Accra via Amsterdam was pretty fuss-free, but the in-flight food was crappy, as expected. I was able to revive myself with some traditional fufu and a few Gordon Sparks in a chop shop before a bush pilot flew me into an airfield by Lake Basomtwi. With a bit of luck, I'll be at the base camp in a few hours. Looks like everyone upped and left in the night. Strange. I've got goosebumps all of a sudden, despite the heat. I'm getting something of a horrible feeling here. I'd better get a move on so I can reach the Lake Basomtwi camp before nightfall.
What kind of cat is that?
Hey, Dixie. Now what would those Southerners say if they knew there was a mobile toilet named after their hymn? Holy shit. If a dead fish and a tramp had a baby and the baby threw up into a dog's mouth, the dog's end product would smell better than this toilet does. Even if I had to, I would not go in there.
Well, that's just a fax machine.
Why am I not one bit surprised that I don't have any reception here? Not exactly the best of the best, but it can take a usable picture and the flash is top-notch. Not a multifunction tool, just a simple pocket knife without the gimmicks.
Oh, you gotta have a multifunction tool.
Much more practical than rubbing sticks together. The craft of writing my ass. A voice recorder gets a more natural interview every time. I should maybe give it a test.
Whoop. She just took the bullhorn.
Come, gather round, and have the piss taken out of you by a crazy lady with a megaphone. Ooh, I like it.
Oh my god, my ears.
Holy shit. Even if I had...
Okay.
Hell, they've seen better days. Now then, any juice left in these at all?
Probably not.
Lemonade. Sweet as shit and warm to boot. But even ice cold, it's not an option. If I want to avoid doing my figure some real harm. Well, okay, I'll take it with me. But be aware that this is non-alcoholic piss water.
She's got a bit of an attitude, you notice that?
Airport terminal, Africa style. A little bit too rustic for my taste. Where's the air-conditioned bar and duty-free shop? It's certainly seen better days.
Why did we need a close-up?
Large scratches torn into the wood. Must have been something considerably bigger than the cat over there. Yarr! Sorry. It's screwed tightly to the column.
Do I still have my coin?
The pocket knife only has this one blade, but it's extremely versatile. I can unscrew screws with it, for example.
Uh-huh. So now I have a hook.
Sits around all day, Probably shows up for food and fondling. Men. Just two admittedly unfortunate words. Cat allergy.
Oh, she's got cat allergies.
A limp sock. Reminds me of my ex. You know what? Enough of that.
There we go again. She's talking. At least we know why he's an ex.
Looks like a reliable enough contraption. It clamps two ropes together. Okay, I've caressed the screws.
Caressed.
Now what? In this situation, unfortunately, the pocket knife is entirely useless. Crates of provisions. Well, I'm not going to starve to death here, that's for sure. I'm not that hungry yet.
We'll come back.
The camp lies northeast from here. That's where we want to be headed. Where's that perverse stink coming from? Oh, right. Pumbaa. They may be cute in cartoon form, but in the real world, those warthog tusks should not be underestimated.
This is true. Warthogs are very dangerous.
As long as that hog's eyeballing me, I really don't give a damn about the tree trunk. Great. He seems to be quite unaffected. I guess that act's only good for scaring off lechers in bars. And here's me thinking I had the act down pat. I suppose compared to most men, this pig is smart enough to tell the real thing from the crazy lady making cat noises in the jungle.
Need a real cat.
Hello, Mr. Kitty. How about an interview? Thank you for the profound discussion.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I'll hold the megaphone close to the voice recorder speaker. Perhaps the pig's got a cat allergy as well. Pity. Apparently not. No, put the used batteries into the voice recorder. Perhaps the pig's got a cat allergy as well. Success. I don't need a walking stick quite yet, but hey, you never know. Straight and long. Could be useful.
Okay.
Ants. I must have scared them up. I can't get at them with my bare hands.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle.
Just like in the adventure movies. So, what do we have?
The rickety old
Great.
bridge.
The guide rope on the right-hand side of the bridge is broken. That's all I need. I can't get across with it like that. I need to repair the rope first.
Oh, you do? Okay.
A prime example of a professional bodge job. It's really quite miraculous that this has stood here as long as it has. Unfortunately, I can't do much here with just my bare hands. Other than strangle people with dumb ideas. If I ignore the busted guide rope and try to cross, I'll soon be acquainted with the chasm floor.
Go across. Go across.
Way too risky. I need to fix the guide rope first.